Well, hey everybody. Tonight we're going to have salmon, and we're going to cook it on the grill tonight. So stay tuned, and we'll do some step-by-step instructions on how to make your very own grilled salmon. So as you can see, we have the charcoal chimney, and I have it pretty much full of charcoal. I used some lighter fluid at the bottom to light it, and I put some hickory chips on top because that'll put some flavor into the salmon tonight. We're also going to use a cedar plank, which you'll see later on in the video. But this is kind of my setup. I always do it kind of right on top of the grill so I don't burn anything. And yep, it'll take about a good, 15 minutes, 20 minutes for this to pretty much be ready to go. So we will go prepare the salmon right now. Alright, now to prepare the salmon. First you'll take it out of the package that it comes in. And then we use a pretty simple recipe that we got off of the cedar plank that we're soaking in water right now. And it's just a pretty simple recipe. It is 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and then it's a half a tablespoon of black pepper, garlic, and we put basil in it too if we have any, which we do. And then it does say tarragon, but we don't have that, so we don't put that in. So pretty much all I do is I mix it into a little bowl like this. So, and this is all guesstimates. You don't have to actually measure exact amounts. So there's a tablespoon there. I might do a little more. I feel we always do a little more. Oh, and then we'll add the salt. I'm just going to guess on this one. I just kind of throw it in like this. And the pepper. Nope, that may be a little too much. That's alright. A little garlic. This I might have to... There we go. That's good enough. And some of the basil. And that's pretty much it. If you can see that. I kind of mix it up. You can use a spoon or your finger. Just do a little mixing up. I smell it. If it smells like herbs, that's pretty much what you're going for. You'll get the sweetness of the brown sugar, and then pretty much the salt, the black pepper, and the garlic, and the basil will make it a little more herb-like. So all I do is sprinkle it on, and then I'll rub it in. You can use a spoon or a fork or a knife if you want to during this time, but this is what I do. I just kind of put some on, and then I just kind of rub it in, get it into the meat, into the salmon, and to the best of your ability. Nothing too crazy about that. It's pretty simple. I like to keep things easy. Alright. And this process can take a little bit. If you really want to get it all in there, you can see some of it's clumped up, some of it's rubbed in a little more. But that's up to you. When it cooks, the sugar will melt. I think that's the term. And it'll get into all the parts of the fish. And then usually before that, I'll cut the fish kind of in half because there's 2 of us eating. If you want to cook it all as one big fillet, that's okay too. But usually I cut it in half, so I'll do it after I get this all rubbed in. All right. I'm going to call that good. I think we did pretty good there. There we go. And then I do have a knife to cut it, which I will do in a moment here. This is the cedar plank that we're using. It was just soaking in water for close to an hour. This pan was filled up to pretty much up to the top, maybe a little less than that, with water, and I just basically took a glass like this and set it on top to keep the wood in the water versus floating on top. So that's a trick. You can use a can of soup or whatever's heavy you can put on there. So anyways, here's the soaked plank. The reason you soak it, if you want to know, is when you put it on a grill, whether it's a gas grill or a charcoal grill, it'll burn. Obviously it's wood, and we know that wood burns. So the water keeps it from completely burning into ash before the salmon gets cooked. So this will get charred, and it'll have a black, whatever is the bottom part is, it'll be black from the charcoal, sitting on the grates and, being cooked basically, so. But it will also bring off that cedar taste into the salmon as well, which we also have hickory chips, so that'll all add together. Now, I wasn't quite able to cut the fish in half. I always buy fish, or salmon at least, with the scales still on, the skin. So I'm going to put it on a hard surface versus a foam surface, and I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to attempt to anyways. And you just got to use the tip of the blade. This, you can tell, is kind of a used knife often, so it works. Just got to kind of work with it. Sometimes it takes a little bit of finagling, but you'll get there. Alrighty, we're back outside, and we are ready to start grilling the salmon. First thing we need to do is check to make sure the charcoal is ready, and it does look ready. I can't really tip it or I'll dump it all over, but basically all the charcoal has white ash on it. That's a signification that it's ready to go. So the beauty of winter is you can just set this right in the snow. It might have a little hissing action, but that's all right. And I have two utensils I use. I use tongs, and then I have also a flipper, a spatula. And I'll be using these two to kind of get the salmon on and off. It's kind of a trick, so if you're new to this, this might be very useful. Alrighty, so I take this off, obviously, because that grate is going to go back on top once I put the charcoal in. Obviously, to put the plank on, because we're not going to burn the plank. We're going to put it on top so it can cook. Alrighty. So I just take this, and sometimes I'll set it just to one side for the coals, but in this case, I'm going to put it right in the middle, and you'll see why in a moment. When I'm done with my chimney, I just set it to the side to cool off. It'll cool off within a few minutes, but it's made of aluminum, so it cools off really fast. Anyways, I'm going to bring you over here, and I am going to show you how the charcoals look. Alrighty, that's how the charcoal looks. Basically a little bit of flame coming out of it. It's red with white ash. But I put it right in the middle because I'll put the grate on. I'll stick the grate on. A little snow won't hurt it. And basically, I'll put the plank right on top of it. Now, before you put the grate on, I add a little bit more hickory chips to the mix here. And I have the hickory chips right here. Any hickory chips will do. I like hickory. There's apple, there's cherry wood. There's all different types of chips you can use, Mystique, or however you say that. But I use hickory because we love the smell and taste of hickory, so that is what we do. So I'll just take a bunch of them, and most people put it right on the top. I just set them kind of to the side so that it's not going to burn everything, and it'll have a little bit of a slow burn, so it smokes more often. You might see it flame up a little bit. That's all right. And then I'm going to give it a few minutes to just kind of start burning. Oh, also got to close that damper on top here. Give it about halfway so that it's a slower burn. There we go. Now we're getting the smoke coming out. That's what you want. Alrighty, I think that the wood chips are all set to go for smoking, and I'm going to literally take the plank and put it on right now. The few ways you can do it is you can use a spatula and stuff. I'm just going to drop it on, and then later on I'll use the spatula and tongs to get it off. So this is a pretty simple part. There we go. This is how it looks. Just like this. I don't know if you can see it, if I'm getting it in the camera view for you. But basically, I make sure that the salmon's all pushed on and isn't going to get too burned. The wood is going to protect it from being scorched. So that's the point of the wood plank. So I'm going to put this on right now. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I didn't put it on straight. That is classic. I'm making a video on it, and there we go. So basically like that, the flame you see is the wood chips. So I am going to put the top back on, but where the damper is, where the smoke kind of comes out, the exhaust here, what I'm going to do is the wood chips are on this side over here, so I put the damper over here so that the smoke can kind of fill the whole grill and hopefully get some good flavor into the salmon. And now we wait 20 to 30 minutes to let it cook. After 20 minutes, we're going to check on it. So I'll see you back in a few. So I'm a newbie, by the way, and I don't even know if this shot's in view, but I realized I cut my head off. I'm going to work on that hopefully in the next few videos coming up, but stay tuned. Otherwise, we are going to see some fantastic salmon coming out here in just a moment. Alrighty, so the moment of truth comes right now. The salmon should be done. It's been a little over 25, almost 30 minutes on the grill. It should be fantastic. So come with me, let's take a look at it here. Alrighty, the moment of truth. I don't know if you can still see it, but it is kind of smoking a little bit there. Maybe a little hard to see in the camera, but let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, there we go. That is beautiful. You can just hear it sizzling on there. Look at how golden it is. That's exactly what you want to see. The plank, that's something I wanted to show. A lot of people might freak out and go, oh my goodness, we burnt the heck out of it. The bottom's probably burned. The top, that's probably the brown sugar that came off on it, because you can see it's kind of dripping like, you know, syrupiness. So basically it gets so hot it turns into syrup. But look at how gorgeous that looks. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We are going to bring those inside. Alrighty, and the last thing we need to do is get the salmon off the plank and back onto the clean pan here. So all I do is I just use a spatula and I kind of scrape underneath it. Now the skin of it becomes really slippery once you cook it. It just almost falls off. So if the skin comes with it, that's okay. If the skin doesn't come with it, that's okay. It also can be crispy too, but it gets really flaky and easy to, as you can see, I'm kind of just chiseling away. I'm kind of going underneath it and just chiseling at it to the best of my ability. Trying to get the edges here. Ooh, well, I'm breaking it a little bit here. There we go. Okay, this one's pretty much ready to be picked up. So pick her up. Get her right on there, just like that. And then the other one too. I don't want these to get cold, so I might fast forward through this part. Oh, that one came right off. Look at it. Look at how great that was. Look at how beautiful those look. And if you can see, there's still the skin on this one right here. See, the skin's kind of latched on. It became really slippery. So use a spatula. It's the easy way to get it off. Alrighty, well, that's pretty much all we got for you for today on this video. But the last thing I always love doing is I take the plank. This one for sure is not able to be reused. Some people reuse them, I don't. But what I love to do is I take my tongs, I pick the whole grill up, and I dump the plank right into the grill. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you were able to learn a little bit from it or get something out of it. If you have any pointers for me or any tips that you do, maybe you're a grilling expert or a salmon expert, please leave a comment below. Please hit the like button, and I would love it if you could subscribe. I'm looking to do more videos, maybe not tutorials, but more outdoor and adventure videos to come. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.